Hi, I'm JW from Neura Superhero. This video was inspired by a question from one of my students. Ask yours, and I might answer it next time. So, the colors of the human aura. There is a lot of misconception online, and it seems like people just make things up because they make no sense. So, really, every color has a meaning, and it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to explain to you how to decode them really simply, and so you will have complete clarity at the end of this video. Now, first important thing to understand that we are not just physical beings. We are divine beings with this physical body. And so we exist in different dimensions of reality. And our body obviously radiates heat and electromagnetic radiation, but we also radiate subtle energies. And this is what is being referred to as the aura. Now, the aura has different colors, as you may see from Korean photography, and in real life as well. And if you think to yourself, no, I can't see auras, you can. Because with just a little bit of practice, every single one of my students managed to master this skill. Means that you can do it too. And if you want to learn how to do it, I'm going to explain at the end of this video. Just stay with me. So here is where the colors even come from. Because just as with the visible light, the different frequencies are being decoded by our eyes and our brain as different colors. And so with spiritual energies, with subtle energies as well, their different frequencies are being decoded by our mind as different colors. Because you see, everything in the universe are patterns within patterns. So where do those colors come from? You see, we have spiritual centers, which are referred to as the chakras, but I call them the mind gates because it's really straightforward and easy to understand. You see, a mind gate is like a port that sends and receives energy. And this is what they do. So we have loads of chakras, loads of mind gates. But let's talk about the main 7 ones, because these are the ones we use most often in everyday life. And so these 7 mind gates have all different speeds or different energy frequencies. And so the energy that they send out, we perceive as different colors. So here is how to tell what those colors mean. If you see someone with a lot of red in their aura, it means that they're very strong physical people. They're probably engaged in some physical work, sports, construction, and similar activities where a lot of stamina and a lot of raw strength is required. And usually they have quite robust health as well. Now, next level up, the sacral gate is all about pleasure and creativity. And so if you see someone with a lot of orange in the aura, it may mean that they're really creative people, that they're artists, sculptors, creating works of beauty. But if you see that that orange is dull and dark and kind of grayish, usually it means that they are potentially too involved with sex, because obviously that is one of the ultimate ways people get pleasure in their lives. Now, next level up is the solar plex. And the solar plex is all about expressing yourself fully. And so in a healthy scenario, it's someone who lives true to themselves, true to their purpose, and shines their own light. And so you see a lot of yellow in someone's aura. That is probably a really fun person to be around. However, if there is an overkill of yellow and the shade is not as great, it's murky, it may be a very egoic person who is obsessed with themselves and they can't hear you from the sound how wonderful they are. Next level up, the heart. If you see a lot of green in someone's aura, it means that they're very kind people, usually introverted, ready to help, and they're always there when you need them. So if you have a problem to share, they are the best people to share it with. Now, next level up, aqua blue. That's the throat. So you will notice that the throat is really active with people who use their voice professionally, like motivational speakers, coaches, teachers. When I was at school, I used to entertain myself by just looking at the aura of my teachers, and I could see a lot of light blue in there. for obvious reasons. So a lot of light blue means someone who is outspoken, pretty courageous, and pretty adventurous. Next level up, indigo blue or dark blue. That color indicates thinkers and researchers, mathematicians, people who love to use their brain to solve problems. For example, it's a lot of fun to see how the aura of my students turns dark blue when we are doing some problem solving or some thinking, because the third eye gets engaged, so their aura gets flooded with indigo blue. And this is what happens to you as well, every time you think about something really deeply. Now, on a higher level, this is also typical of people who do magic, so you can spot them like that. Now, one level up is the crown, which radiates purple or invisible white. It depends on the spiritual level of the person. And people with a lot of purple in their aura usually are quite spiritual or religious, devotional. And you can usually talk to them about spiritual development and they will understand you. The reason why it's so handy to know how to see the colors is because when you meet someone for the first time, if their colors are similar to yours, you're going to click instantly, because the way we really connect is not through words, but through our inner essence. And so the light within you recognizes the light within the other person way before your mind does. And so you see someone's colors are similar to yours, go talk to them. You're going to hit it off. Another good reason why you should know how to see the colors is because, you see, our aura reflects everything that happens inside us. So it shows what we think, how we feel, our physical, mental, and spiritual health. And as soon as something changes inside our system, our aura changes as well in real time. So you can monitor your progress on one hand, and on the other hand, before the physical body gets ill or affected in some way, that area of the body tends to get darker because the energy stops flowing from that area. And so if you notice that in time, you can do something about it and prevent that bad thing from happening. And by the way, my God Flow method is a really powerful way of dealing with this and leveling up. Likewise, when you see that with someone else, you can warn them and give them a chance to do something about it. Now, because the aura reflects everything that happens inside our system, you can tell by the size of the aura how well that person is doing, both physically and spiritually. So if we are in a bad place or depressed or ill, our aura shrinks in size and becomes duller. So the color becomes grayish and they fade out. And conversely, when someone is in a really good place, then their aura expands and the colors become brighter. And you can notice that people with small auras tend to gravitate to people whose aura is big and strong because they are subconsciously drawn to take some energy from them to support themselves. And while this phenomenon is referred to as being energy vampires, it's not just energy vampires who do that, because every one of us, every now and then when we feel low and depressed, tend to go to a friend or to someone close and try and get some energy from them to support ourselves. And so if you see that happening in real life, if you've developed your auric vision, you can see that happening and you can decide consciously whether you want to share your energy with that person or not. Because sometimes you may want to support them because you love them. And sometimes it can be someone who you don't necessarily want to share your energy with. And so because your energy is very precious, knowing how to control it consciously gives you a massive advantage, because the energy you save, you can put into business, into meeting your friends, into doing something awesome, into enjoying your life more. And now I need to mention something that I know many of you will think us really weird and way out there, but it is real and it does happen and you should be aware of this. So, one massive advantage of developing the auric vision is that allows you to see people for who they really are. And so every now and then you will find a strange phenomenon where you look at someone and their physical body, their physical look is like everyone else's. But when you see with the auric vision, you will notice that it doesn't look quite human. And there are different varieties of what you can see. Actually, if you do share your discoveries with me under this video, I would love to hear from you, because this is something that we need to talk about more, and we just don't share it enough. So one of the most common things that you will see, even though it's quite rare, but as the aura goes, it's one of the most common. You may notice that someone has wings. Yes, wings, but not angelic kind of wings. It's just an energy form in the shape of wings. And the reason why that happens is because as someone levels up spiritually, they need more energy to function on that level. And the way we get most of our energy is during our sleep, when our energy body absorbs the energy from the universe. And so having wings expands the charging area. So it's as simple as that. So if you see someone with wings, you know that they are quite advanced spiritually. However, there is a difference, because they could be on the good side or on the bad side. And so if you see someone with dark wings, I hope you don't, they're quite rare, but they do exist. So if you see someone with dark wings, and usually they are some sort of a teacher, spiritual teacher of some sort, stay away from them. Don't try to learn anything. Don't get close. Don't get under their influence, because they can be quite dangerous. I don't want to go into detail, but they can be. Just trust me. So if you see someone like that, move on to someone else. But if you see someone with light colored wings, and they come in different colors, so it doesn't matter what color it is, as long as it's a light color. If you see someone like that, it means that not only they are strong energetically, their level of spiritual development is actually quite advanced, which means that they can truly help you on your own journey. So this is someone you want to hang out with. And obviously the size of the wings also depends on the level of that spiritual development, because they can be quite small, but then they can also grow quite big. If you've met someone like that, do let me know. I would love to hear from you. So here, as promised, a quick tutorial of how to learn to see your own aura. It's fairly simple. Find a plain background, like a white wall, for example, and choose a place that is not super bright and it's not pitch black. Somewhere in between. Now, stretch your hand in front of you, like this, and start looking as though through your hand at a point somewhere behind. So defocus your gaze, but still look at your hand. And you will notice that after a while, you can see a bright glowing outline around your hand. And so this is not your aura yet, this is your ethereal body. This is the grossest level of energy, well, as far as energy goes. And this is what most people see straight away. And as you practice, you will notice that there are blobs of colors around, and those colors are your aura. And when you get some proficiency with it, you can train with a mirror, so just look at yourself in the mirror, especially around your head area. That is the clearest and the easiest way to see the aura, because it tends to be the brightest around our head. So have fun with this. Let me know about your results. Any questions, I'm here. And by the way, check out the God Flow method. It's really powerful, and it's going to make a massive difference for you. This was JH Sepley from New Era Superhero. Fly high.